If you are a real estate agent sitting on thousands of leads in your database, you are sitting on gold. But let's admit that calling each one manually is painful and costly. That is draining your time, money, and energy. What if you had a team member that could call every lead in a matter of hours and only bring you the hot ones at a fraction of the cost? That is exactly what I'm going to show you using AI voice agents in this video. Hi, in case we have not met, I'm Amit. I spent 16 years in the corporate world working in cybersecurity, where I helped some of the world's largest organizations to protect against cyber attacks. And for the last 5 years, I led the cybersecurity team for Asia Pacific at Amazon. I left my corporate career to start my company, VIHU AI, where I help small and medium businesses like yours to save time, cut costs, and stay ahead of their competition using voice AI. Enough of talking, let's see the AI voice agent for your business in action. So let's see the AI-powered calling for a sample real estate business called Urban Nest Realty. In this particular demo, we are going to see how AI voice calling can drastically increase the lead generation process and outcome for Urban Nest. We will explore 5 common call scenarios from worst to the best case that you as a real estate agent would encounter on a daily basis. Alright, so let's look at the databases that we are going to use in this demo. In your environment, you may have your CRM such as Vault RE, Agent Box, or even Excel sheet. For this demo, we are going to use an Excel sheet just for demonstration. In reality, we can integrate any of your CRM with the system. What you need to provide is names, phone numbers, emails, and addresses of your leads. And you will see AI magically delivering only the required outcome, which is if there are sellers interested to sell their home. And you get this tiny piece of information, most crucial information, in an Excel sheet. So for example, if we go to this Excel sheet, this is where we will place all the lead information. You see the column A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. All of these green columns are where we need to provide the values from your CRMs, and remaining all the columns from H, I, J, K will be populated with all the details by AI solution automatically. So without delaying, let's see our first scenario in action. One of the most common scenario today for real estate agents, when they call, there is no answer. Either the call has gone to the voicemail or the lead simply did not pick up. Somehow there has not been any connection. So now we will see the same thing by AI. Okay. So we are going to first see the number one scenario where the call is not picked up. And this is the most common scenario where when you are making hundreds of calls every day. Around 80%, I would say 70-80% calls go in this category where calls are not picked up because people are busy. So let's see what happens when AI make a call and it's not picked up. So I'm gonna call this lead from the backend, the first lead, and let's try. So we are going to get a call shortly on this. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oops, what happened? Looks like the demo is failed. Okay, let me give it a try again. Okay, fingers crossed. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, right? Okay, but we are not going to pick up this call, so let's wait until it gets disconnected. So this covers the scenario: calls going to the voicemail, call getting disconnected, or phone not reachable. Now let's go back to our database and see what AI has captured for this scenario. So the number one thing, the first call is done. Call start time, call end time, call duration 0 minutes, user sentiment not applicable, prospect type not applicable, call cost 0, Twilio ID and retail ID. Twilio and retail are two softwares used for making these calls, and these IDs are used for the automation in the backend. There is no call summary and there is a follow-up. So you see AI has marked this call as follow-up. So we will be able to call back this user in future on a predefined time. It may be next 6 hours, next 3 hours, next 24 hours, whatever is suitable. We can configure that, right? So this covers the first scenario where AI did not get someone on the call to even talk. Now let's move on to the second scenario. Alright, so let's look at the second scenario. In this scenario, lead has picked up the call, there is a pleasant introduction, AI has established rapport and explained the purpose, but lead has indicated that they don't have any plan for real estate at the moment. So we can store this information for future purpose, but at this point of time, this is not really useful. Let's see this in action. So I'm again gonna make a call from the backend and we will talk with AI this time. Alright, so let's wait. And we got a call. Let's proceed.
Hi, this is Jen. I'm calling from Urban Reality. I know you are busy, but do you mind if I quickly explain why I'm reaching out?
Yes, Jane.
Thank you for your time on this. I'm reaching out to local homeowners in Kingsford for a quick check-in to see if you are active in the real estate market at the moment for buying or selling. I also want to thank you for your previous interaction with Urban Reality. Have you had any thoughts about your real estate needs lately?
Jen, thank you for calling, but I'm not really interested. I don't have any plan as such for now.
I completely understand, Amit. Thank you for your time today. If your real estate needs change in the future, Urban Reality is always here to help. Have a great day. Ending the call now.
Alright, thank you. And the call is ended. So let's see how AI has handled it in the backend and what information we have got it. Let's go back to our database and see. So just like the last time we saw first call status change to done, we have captured the start time, we have captured the end time. Call duration has been 0.91 minutes, just less than a minute. User sentiment is not interested. Now this is the key information. Not interested. This user is not interested. What is the prospect type? Not applicable. Is not neither a buyer nor a seller. So hence not applicable. Call cost has been 10 cents. To you call ID, retail call ID, call summary. Let's read the call summary. So the agent, Jen, from Urban Nest Reality called Amit to check in on his real estate needs and to thank him for previous interactions. Amit expressed that he is not currently interested in buying or selling real estate, and the call ended amicably with the agent acknowledging his response. Now in this case, we don't really need any follow-up. So you saw how hundreds of such calls, which can take a lot of time of a real estate agent like you, can be handled by AI smoothly, right? And we can filter this noise to give you the actual signal, which we will see in the coming scenarios. So let's move on to the third scenario. Alright, so let's look at our third scenario. In this scenario, the lead is gonna be a potential buyer. It is still not the best case scenario for us because we are looking for the sellers, but having buyer information is also helpful. So let's see how AI handles this call. Let me make a call from the back end. Alright, let's wait for the call. There we go.
Hi, this is Jen. I'm calling from Urban Reality. I know you are busy, but do you mind if I quickly explain why I'm reaching out?
Yes, Jen.
Thank you, Amit. I'm reaching out to local homeowners in Kingsford for a quick check-in to see if you are active in the real estate market at the moment for buying or selling. I also want to thank you for your previous interaction with Urban Reality. Do you have any current real estate needs?
Yeah, I've been planning to buy a home.
That's great to hear, Amit. I'd love to help you with that. Can I ask you questions to better understand what you're looking for? First, which suburbs are you interested in? Some of the most common ones we handle are Mossman, Kingsford, Bondi, and Newtown.
Yeah, I'm actually looking in Mossman.
Perfect. Mossman is a lovely area. Now, how many bedrooms are you looking for in your new home?
Well, 4-bedroom would be the preferred choice.
Got it. 4 bedrooms. Now, could you please share your budget range? For example, are you looking at something around $1.2 to $1.5 million?
I don't think in Mossman I can get something for 1.2 to 1.5. But yeah, my budget is $1.5 million.
Thank you for sharing that, Amit. So, your budget is up to $1.5 million for a 4-bedroom home in Mossman. Do you have any specific requirements for your new home? For instance, are you looking for features like a pool, double garage, or anything else?
A pool would be really nice for my kids.
A pool sounds like a fantastic addition for your family. So just to recap, you're looking for a 4-bedroom home in Mosman with a budget of up to $1.5 million and a preference for a pool. An agent will contact you soon with suitable properties that match your criteria. Thank you for your time today, Amit. If you have any other questions or need assistance, feel free to reach out. I'll make sure to pass along your details to our team. Have a great day.
Alright, thank you, Jen. Okay, so you saw how Jen handled a potential buyer. It actually did not go deep in conversation because this is exactly what we want. Now, all of this information can be customized, whatever is needed for your agencies, for your requirement, we can plug it in. So let's see in the back end that what has happened and what information is captured this time, right? So here we come. First call is done. Call start time, call end time, call duration, 2 minutes 20 seconds. This is where the magic happens. The user sentiment is interested. The user was interested to talk. Prospect type is buyer. Call cost 25 cents. Retail call ID, retail call ID, and call summary. Let's read the call summary. The call was a check-in from Jen at Urban Nest Realty to Amit, who is looking to buy a 4-bedroom home in Mosman with a budget of up to $1.5 million. I know we don't get anything for that budget in Mosman. Chen gathers Amit's preference, including a desire for a pool, and assured him that an agent would contact him soon with suitable properties. So, without you lifting a finger again, a buyer information has been recorded, right? So let's go to our next scenario. Alright, let's talk about scenario 4. In this scenario, we are lucky. We got a seller. But unfortunately, seller is not interested to talk to an agent for any reason. Maybe they have selected an agent already. Maybe they have their internal reasons, but they don't really want to talk further. So the lead is still a valuable lead. We can have this information stored for future follow-ups and watch it closely. So let's see how AI handles it. I'm again gonna make a call and we will talk more. Okay, let's wait for the call. There you go.
Hi, this is Jen. I am calling from Urban Nest Reality. I know you are busy, but do you mind if I quickly explain why I'm reaching out?
Yes, Jen.
Thank you, Amit. I'm reaching out to local homeowners in Kingsford for a quick check-in to see if you are active in the real estate market at the moment for buying or selling. I also want to thank you for your previous interaction with Urban Nest Reality. Do you have any current real estate needs?
Yeah, I was actually planning to sell my home.
That's exciting to hear, Amit. I'm really glad you mentioned that. Can you share your timeline for selling? When are you hoping to make the move?
I think next 3 months would be the reasonable timeline for me.
Great. That gives us a good time frame to work with. Would you be interested in speaking with a real estate agent for a free property appraisal? It could give you a better idea of your home's value in the current market.
Well, thank you, Jen, but I've got someone, so I'm not really interested.
I completely understand, Amit. Thank you for your time today. If your real estate needs change in the future, Urban Nest Reality is always here to help. Have a great day.
All right, thank you very much. Right, so you saw, as a seller, we were lucky they were a seller, but unlucky because they were not interested. Let's see what information we captured in the back end. All right, so just like that, call start time, call end time, call duration, user sentiment, not interested, right? So we don't want to really spend time on these leads, especially to book calls. Prospect type was seller, call cost was 15 cents, and let's look at the call summary. So the call summary says, the call was initiated by Jen from Urban Nest Realty to check in with Amit about his real estate needs. Amit expressed his intention to sell his home within the next 3 months, but declined the offer for a property appraisal as he already has someone assisting him. So this is still good to have. We need to keep an eye on competitor, and I would leave this to you guys to make use of this information in the most creative manner, right? So this concludes our fourth scenario. Now let's move on to the fifth one and the best case scenario. All right. So we are in our last scenario, which is the best case scenario, and this is exactly the kind of lead and the call and the outcome that we want as a real estate agent, right? So ready seller, gold. Now in this scenario, we will have an immediate agent alert to be sent either to the phone or to the email. We can have appointment scheduling on the call itself. We can capture all the property details and we can qualify the lead with the genuine selling intent and authority. Now, all of these possibilities are possible with the AI and the configuration. In this demo, we have just taken the selling intent and authority put into the Excel sheet, but that can further be expanded to an email, SMS, calendar appointment, etc. etc. Possibilities are endless. Let's see this in action. Okay, I just made a call. Just wait for it. Got it? Don't get bored by the same dialogues, but this is going to be the best.
Hi, this is Jen. I'm calling from Urban Reality. I know you are busy, but do you mind if I quickly explain why I'm reaching out?
Yes, Jen.
Thank you, Amos. I'm reaching out to local homeowners in Kingsford for a quick check-in to see if you are active in the real estate market at the moment for buying or selling. I also want to thank you for your previous interaction with Urban Reality. Do you have any current real estate needs?
Yeah, I was actually planning to sell my home.
That's fantastic to hear, Amos. I'm really excited for you. Can you share your timeline for selling? Are you looking to sell soon? Or do you have a specific date in mind?
I think 2 to 3 months is the reasonable time frame that I'm looking at.
Great. 2 to 3 months sounds like a solid plan. Would you be interested in speaking with a real estate agent for a free property appraisal? It could give you a better idea of your home's value in the current market.
I think I can do that. Yeah, that would be great.
Perfect. Could you please let me know your preferred date and time for a callback from one of our agents? Also, just to highlight, Urban Reality achieves the highest sale price in your suburb last quarter. So our team has exceptional knowledge of the local market.
Yeah, I think tomorrow around 4 p.m. would be the preferred time for a call.
Thank you for that, Amit. I noticed that you'd like a call back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Our agent will reach out to you then to discuss your property appraisal and any other questions you might have. Thank you for your time today. And if you have any other questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, I have a question, Jen. Can you tell me what is the commission for the agent?
I appreciate your question, Amit. However, I can't discuss specific commission rates or fees. Our agents can provide detailed information about that when they follow up with you. Thank you for understanding. If there's anything else you'd like to know, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I look forward to our agent connecting with you tomorrow at 4 p.m.
All right, thank you, Jen. Appreciate it. All right, so you saw how AI has handled this communication, which was our best call, right? This is exactly the kind of lead that we want. And I also asked at the last that, can you tell me what is the commission rate? So these are the kind of questions that we have to make sure AI does not answer, right? Because these are some sensitive information and we don't want AI to reveal it. So similar to this, we have put a lot of guardrails in the AI agent, so it won't be talking anything related to legal conversation, commercial conversation, anything which is not related to the business. And if somebody is trying to talk to AI to just waste the time or just to have some weird conversation, it will be able to handle it with grace and disconnect the call politely, saying that, hey, as there are no business needs, I would like to cancel. I would like to disconnect the call. Right? So these are the guardrails that we put back in the AI agent development process. Now let's go back to the database and see the best outcome that we have desired for. So call start time, end time, call was 2 minutes 21 seconds. User sentiment, interested, prospect type, seller. This is exactly the outcome that we want, right, from the AI. That it calls thousands of people, just give me those 10, 20 sellers which are interested to talk to me, so that I don't need to go and call all of those thousands or 990 people. Now let's see, the call cost was 25 cents. So for a 25 cents cost, we have got a warm lead which is interested to talk. Now let's look at the summary. So the call was a check-in from a Jen at Urban Nest Realty to Amit, who is planning to sell his home in 2 to 3 months. Amit expressed interest in a free property appraisal and scheduled a call back for tomorrow at 4 p.m., but inquired about agent commission rate, which Jen could not disclose during the call. So as a real estate professionals, you have all the information in hand to discuss, right? With this information, you get insight that the lead was trying to understand the commission rate. So probably they have spoken to some of the agents and trying to compare the rates. So this is something that you should be aware while having a conversation with them, right? They might be price sensitive. So this actually conclude our scenarios. Now, let me show you that at the end of the day, when all of these thousands calls have been made by AI, what is that you get, right? So let's go and look at the overall data. All right, now let's look at the results. So you started these calls in the morning, you come back in the evening after a hectic day, and let's see what is available for you from the AI. Let's go back to the database. So all of these leads have been called, right? So I've just put it here 52 leads, but you can have 5,000 leads as well. All of this information. So all the fields are populated according to the call, and this is where the key information lie. So I'm gonna apply a filter here and look at just the interested one. Okay, right? So there you go. And within the interested one, I am interested in the seller. Right? So these are the 4 leads that agent need to make a human call on their preferred time, as mentioned in the summary. Okay, this summary will have all the information needed for the agent to make an impactful call and maybe close the deal. Right, this is where the sales process kick in. So it all comes down to your sales process after this warm lead, or I would say hot lead. Now let's go back and see that at the end of the month, how you as a business owner can realize the value of this AI system. So let's go to the ROI dashboard, which is return on investment dashboard. All right, let's look at that how as a business owner you can get to see the value of this AI calling system. So we provide a monthly dashboard which looks like this. So this dashboard will provide you quick visibility and transparency on the overall cost and the value of AI calling system. You can see total number of AI calls made in a month. What is the AI system is costing you to make these calls? What is the human calling cost for the same number of leads if a human would have called? What is the total money saved by just using AI instead of humans, right? And now here you see total number of sellers lead, 8 buyers lead, potential business opportunities arising from these sellers and buyers leads, primarily from the seller leads, and the potential profit that can be realized from this potential business. Now, of course, I have taken some assumption such as sales closing rate of 25%, commission rate of 1.25%, hourly human work rate of 50 AUD per hour, and average home price is 1 million AUD. So this simple dashboards in the same Excel sheet can provide you the full visibility on the cost and the benefit of using AI system. No complex dashboards, no login. This is the same Excel sheet that you get it. If you want this to be placed in any of your systems, we can make that happen. So did you see how AI can handle these repetitive calls effortlessly? Best part, it does not take leave, get sick, and can work 24/7 with the exact same energy. In 2025, you have no reason to do the boring job, make repetitive calls, you're not interested, and get frustrated. This entire follow-up process, which would have taken your team days, now takes just a few hours. And it happens while you focus on closing deals, not chasing unresponsive leads. So instead, you embrace AI in your business, click a button in the morning and get qualified, ready to talk leads in your dashboards a few hours later. If you are curious to see how this works with your own lead and CRM system, book a free consultation call today. Calendar link is in the description. And remember, AI is not the future, it's the present. If you're not using AI, your competitors are.